I had not seen the video, no, Don. This is the first time that I was able to see it. Was within the last 24 hours. I was unaware that this video existed. It's just coincidentally you guys have it around the same time, or you're airing it around the same time that I actually saw it for myself not too long ago.
Okay.
So
yeah. but the construction workers, the two construction workers you knew about since
yes.
last
yes.
week?
We knew about the construction workers for some time now.
Okay.
We knew their names and we knew that they were there, but we were unaware that they were captured on video actually giving a what we call spontaneous reaction to what they had just
Have
seen.
you spoken to the contractors?
I have not spoken to the contractor personally. I think one of the guys I may have talked to, Steve, but the other guy, no.
Okay.
And it was only in response to them reaching out to want to talk to either the mother or some member of the family.
Jeffrey, this appears to line up with the eyewitnesses we had early on, the ones who actually saw it, because these two guys didn't see it. They said they came upon it like 3 or 4 minutes after, or they came up on it and saw him, right? And they started recording 3 or 4 minutes after. They came upon it after the first shot, right? And then they saw him running away, according to them. But this lines up with what other witnesses were saying at the time. Why is this now significant?
Well, I think what's most significant about it is the video that we see, because here you have maybe 3 minutes after Michael Brown is killed, a witness essentially acting out his surrender. That's a pretty remarkable thing to have essentially contemporaneous reaction.
But I'm trying to figure out what's different than the two eyewitnesses, the two young ladies, the other young man, Dorian. They all said the same thing.
Well,
why are the two construction workers more credible than the eyewitnesses who actually saw the shooting?
Well, I don't know if they're more credible. I just think this is more evidence in the same direction. I mean, I think it is very different when you approach a witness who has been talked to for days and who has perhaps told the story many times. Here you have someone reacting in real time to what is to what he has seen, you know, raising his hands, saying he was surrendering. That he is basically saying, look, you know, I saw this young man shot in cold blood, and you know, yes, it is consistent. I'm not trying to weigh which is the most significant evidence, but you know, I think the existence of that video is what makes this so significant.
Because it's right after. So, is it, you know, as Randy mentioned, she said the two contractors were white. They weren't from the neighborhood. Does it matter? Do you think that's significant? Because race is obviously it plays a role in this particular case.
I do, actually, because, you know, look, obviously one of the attacks, if this case goes to trial, if there's a charge, is that that the community sort of rallied against Officer Wilson, that the community saw this as a racial thing, black victim, white cop. Here you have two white witnesses who say essentially the same thing. So, you know, look, I think it's just reality that if the prosecutors proceed with this case, it's better for them to have a diverse cast of witnesses. And, you know, I think they will be pleased by the fact that, you know, that these people are from outside the community and clearly have no axe to grind.
And as Jeffrey said, Anthony, pleased by the fact that they're from outside the community and they have no axe to grind. Do you feel the same sentiment?
I feel the exact same sentiments. And keep in mind, this reaction is without someone putting a microphone in this gentleman's face and asking him what happened. It's not like he had any opportunity to prepare his almost reflex reaction to what he saw. Unlike the other witnesses who were basically asked to recount their version of events, this person is not attempting to do that for any audience. From what I can tell looking at the video, he doesn't even know that he's being recorded. So from that aspect, I think it does make it a more significant piece of evidence than all of the other evidence that we saw thus far. And he confirms the most egregious and most disturbing fact of this whole case, which has got global attention, was the fact that Mike Brown had his hands up.
Which the whole thing,
in the sky.
the whole saying of hands up, don't shoot. And as you're saying, this appears to be a more organic witness instead of someone asking them. He's just saying what he said on tape as it's happening. Thank you very much.